So we're here from the show floor with IPS Rebates. Joe, how are you doing today, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So tell us more about you, about IPS Rebates.
Sure.
Let's hear it all.
Okay. My name is Joe Guadagnino. I'm the Senior Director of Sales for IPS Rebates. And what is IPS Rebates? We're the largest rebate processor in the K-12 market in the country. So we essentially give free money to school districts.
Wait,
I like free.
Wait, you give away free money?
I know. It
What's-
sounds hard to believe, but
what's the
that's
catch?
what we do. There's no catch.
Come
There's
on,
no
it's
catch.
gotta be something.
I'm telling you. And the best thing is we service school districts of all sizes. Our largest school district is in Florida. We have 350,000 students,
Wow.
300-something schools, and then we have a little school with 180 people in Pennsylvania. So we serve the whole realm of, size of districts. But what we do is we have contracts with 125 different manufacturers. And that fluctuates a lot. Knock on wood, we're getting more all the time. People find it an advantage to be involved with us. And we track about 120,000 items for rebates. Back in the day, the folks used to have to, peel coupons off of boxes.
Oh, I hated those.
They would have to
Yeah.
take invoices and 13
Yeah.
weeks of invoices and highlight them and send it in. And our people, the IT people way above me, thank God, they created a system where they do it all electronically.
Yeah.
So let's say you have 5 schools in a district and they purchase from Cisco. We take their customer account numbers, and every time an invoice is generated, it goes through our system, and it grabs all the rebates from all the line items that we have available and aggregates it all. And here's the catch. The check comes every quarter.
Wow.
Schools get a check every quarter. So again, say, so what's the catch? The catch really isn't anything other than the manufacturers pay us a fee to do this.
Okay.
They can get to some of the larger schools, but there's no way they can get a lot to the little schools. And our data, we can show right down to the neighborhood on what school districts are purchasing. So once a month, the manufacturers use us also to send out what we call an IPSI, which is just, let's say you're coming out with a new brand muffin or something that you want to market to the schools.
Yeah.
They'll use us to do that. We'll send it to our 3,200 districts across the country, and with all their information, and people say, would you want to try it? And then we kind of act as the middle person there. So it's really beneficial to everybody, but especially now in COVID with budgets kind of upside down, and
Yep.
you don't know how the bottom line is going to look. Getting a free check, every quarter is good. And I always tell directors, because they do look at me the same thing you said.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, what's the catch? I always say, whether it's a nickel or $1 or $100 or $1,000, that money's yours, and the
Yeah.
manufacturers have that money, the rebate money available for people that use their items. And we're just the ones that are going to get it and get it to you. So it's.
So I was one of those directors, and I said,
Yes.
I what's the catch? Like, what do I have to do? Is this going to take more time for me? And do I have to buy specific products? And guess what? The application process is just a couple of pages, and you send it in, and I get a present in the mail every quarter, which is my rebate check. I have to do nothing. You
Right.
guys work with my distributor. You know what I buy. I have no reports to set up. It's just like magic. And then my friends will call and say, did you get your IPS rebate check? How much was yours? How much was yours? So I think it's such a great program because you guys do all the work on the back end,
Right.
and there really is nothing that the district has to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's so funny that here you are as being a member. So, that's what makes my job easier. And there is a testimonial right there.
There you
But
go.
that's the thing, you folks are overworked and underpaid. Let's be honest.
you call my
so
boss?
I will do that. But, and it's, so your people, to try to track the rebates, that you would never find them all, first of all. And
I don't have time.
right, to try to do what we do electronically, it's not possible. So that's what and you talk about a sign up quickly. This is it. It's a one.
It's
The one-pager.
Yeah, it was
one-pager.
two.
I thought it was 2.
Well, that's
Yeah.
because
Maybe it was last time.
the attorneys figured out how to put all this legalese in one little paragraph.
Thank
And
you.
basically, all this does is protect the district to make sure that we don't do anything with their data. That's just so we could, we send this to the distributor saying that we have your okay to get your data so we can process your rebates. But it's really simple. I really wish I would have thought about it. Right? I want to be the guy that came and figured this out. But they've been doing this in casinos and restaurants and
Yep.
country clubs forever. And the K through 12 market was like, the last one in.
Yeah.
you know, like I say, we're in all 50 states. I think we're 3,200 plus, and you know, and growing. So we're really the leader by far. I think there's someone out there that has like 300 districts.
I mean,
You
why
know.
wouldn't you sign
Yeah.
up? It's one page. You get a free check every quarter. I mean, I gotta say, I was skeptical, but once those checks started coming in the mail, like I said, it's like Christmas every
It
time I see it.
You know, it's funny. I was saying to Alyssa here in New York, you know, our checks go out quarterly, and one of the quarters that they come out is in October, and that's when the New York show is. So usually when I'm at the show, I have a stack of checks, and I'm handing them out to
That is
people.
cool.
Oh,
We're
that
a
is
real
so
popular
cool.
booth,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
Oh, I bet.
And it, like Amanda said, you know, for people to come by, well, what are they doing? They're handing out money. They're handing
Free money.
So we get new members right there on the spot
Of
because
course.
they'll
Yes.
say, the director, I don't have to say anything, they'll say, do this easiest thing I did, best thing I ever did. So, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
knock on wood, it works great. But really, it's a great thing. And, you know, it's funny. People will say to me, well, you know, what did he use the funds for? And I have a story a couple years ago in Las Vegas, one of our major city directors, it was a rather large check, and it was her first one. She had signed up 9 months before that. Takes a while to aggregate all the data on once
Yeah.
you go. And we gave her first check, and she literally, you know, almost fell over and got tears in her eyes. And we were like, the booth got quiet, and we're all loudmouths like me. And we said, well, you know, she said, this is going to allow me to keep 2 members of my staff that I was going to have to get rid of.
That's incredible.
And that's when it hit us all like, so then we actually put out a survey, you know, what do you do with your checks?
Yeah.
A large majority of people put them towards their food cost, offset, you know, that.
I
But
do.
we have people that spend the money on their staff to go to the different sessions and the different trade shows to
wonderful.
to get
Professional
their
development.
right debt. And also we have some, you know, I bought a new steamer. I bought a new ice machine. So, you know, kind of, it's great to hear what they're doing with those funds. And again, that money's there and it's theirs. And we just are the facilitator to get that in their hands. So
Yeah.
So not that you ever have to go to the website, but you do need to find this piece of paper to enroll. So how easy is it?
Sure.
IPSrebates.com. And
Right.
then what do they click?
okay, put this down.
So all they do is go onto IPSrebates.com, and then they're
and
just
you'll
going to
see-
click on enroll, right?
You see manufacturers here, and you know, just to show you, like I said, there's 120 or whatever it is, and I'm going to try to do this with one hand. But yeah, you can't see them all. But you know, this is updated all the time. Distributors are updated all the time. But again, there's your enroll, and there's down here. You know, there's the form, and you hit enroll now, and I'm doing like looking at the wrong thing.
No, it's
Good
really
thing they're very
hard,
patient
people.
with me. But there it is. There's the LOP. They call it the letter of participation.
Great.
So what we do is we get this, and then we get a little spreadsheet of, you know, here's your school addresses, the customer accounts from US Foods, Cisco, whoever it is you purchase from, and that's it.
That's it.
Well, can I
Couple months
enroll right
later.
now?
Yeah, sure, you could.
So just to wrap up for everyone,
Yep.
there is no cost to you, and you
cost.
order. How often do your checks come?
Every quarter.
Quarterly. He said quarterly, like
Every
5 times.
quarter.
No, I get the
4
check.
times a year. Santa Claus, 4 times a year. Yeah, that, you know, it's a little backdrop to have, right, with testimonials. We had the best testimonial here with someone that actually uses, but, you know, it's the easy use and, you know, just appreciating what we do because we add distributors and manufacturers all the time. So, you know, we say we have 125 manufacturers now. Next week it might be 130. There's always folks that want to get involved with us. So that's good. It's kind of, you know, it flows a lot.
I mean, I want to get involved, but apparently I can't because I don't have a school district.
Well, Joe didn't even know that I was a customer. Actually,
I wasn't even sure. Someone told me. I was so excited.
And
then
he
I
goes in and he's looking up my checks.
I did. I looked them up to see. I hope they were big fat ones, and they were. So I was like, yes, Amanda's perfect.
But you find people that are using your services everywhere because
Yes.
it really is that kind of no-brainer. So
Yes.
thank you so much for coming and sharing all about IPS rebates and
Yes, we
taking some
just-
of the mystery out because, I mean, I have to say, I was a non-believer.
I
But
know.
now, I'm in for life.
Great, that's great. And you know, for someone like yourself and for the food service directors that are already members out there, we have a referral program. And we just rolled that out last year, and we grew a lot with that because, again, unless you're at the trade shows or co-op meetings, it's hard to find us. And, you know, although I'd like to be everywhere, I can't be, but it's from members who actually, referred to us, and we give them a little bonus for doing that. And as we
so
grow,
it's
great.
Venencia, Venezia.
There we go. There we go.
Well, thank you so much, Joe. This is IPS Rebates, and we are from the show floor.